Hello and welcome to this live stream. I'm trying a different setup today to see if I can share my screen. Hence the mic and the headphones. If you have any questions, they should come through on this streaming software, but if they don't, I'll try and pick that up later and answer your questions in the comments. So this live stream is all about the maths at the end of the year, this crazy post-lockdown year when children's learning for a lot of schools is all over the place. It's been really interesting to be in on supply. A lot of schools are really worried their children are miles behind, but the teachers are quite fulfilled and empowered because they feel able to make the decisions they feel are right for them. So just a quick check of the basics for some of you. This might be teaching grandma to suck eggs, so apologies for that, but in a chaotic circumstance sometimes it's nice to be reminded of the basics. And on my training, when I'm running live training, I find often teachers are really happy that I'm reinforcing what they already know. But at the end of the year, it's a really good idea to work through some concept check grids where you've got sheets with a question on most key topics in the syllabus. These are my daughters from year 6, age 10 to 11 from last year. I love these propeller boards, especially for younger children. They're the same thing, but wipe on, wipe off. For all children, it's a great idea to start them working in pairs and groups to help each other get that dialogue going. And then gradually hone in on them, setting them challenges one by one so you can really see what they can do. So there's 3 reasons for doing this. One is because children learn a lot as they do it. It's great consolidation. It's a chance to drill in if there's something they've not remembered or not understood. You can make real progress in action. The second is that you can diagnose the topics that the whole class have missed, the things that everyone's bad at. And here I'm going to have a try at the functionality of this. So if I just share my screen, have I gone to here? If I go to my website, you can see here how it works, my videos. If you find a topic that's not gone very well in reception class here, just look through for inspiration. Each one of these is a video on how to teach that topic really effectively, expert ways of teaching the topic with a chaotic class. These are low floor, high ceiling teaching methods. These are the 5 to 6 year olds, so that's year 1 or P2 or kindergarten. This is the next year of teaching, nearly finished. I've got the consolidating learning went live yesterday, which is why I'm thinking about consolidating learning just now. And I've got one more to go, hopefully next week. And then this is the 7 to 11-year-old videos. And there are now videos on every topic in primary maths teaching. So if you find your children are struggling with a particular topic, you should just be able to find a video, look at that and work out how to teach it really well. And then, so the first point of doing concept grids is to intervene and consolidate. The second is to find topics you haven't done. If there aren't really any topics the whole class are struggling with, move on to problem solving. There's a lovely problem solving. I think really age 6 to 7 is where this kicks in. Younger than that, really, you're working on their life skills and experience. Generally, if they've got the maths, you're doing really well. And there's also problem solving age 7 to 11 one. I'm wondering, can I show you if I just add this, the enrich site. Let's check this functionality. I'll watch this back and see if this works or not. So if I share my screen and go here, if you're looking for problem solving challenges, just go here, go to primary in the students, activities and games, browse by maths topic, and you can find problem solving activities on pretty much any topic or you can just go into the problem solving of the week for a lovely challenge. So the third reason for doing concept checks is to identify the individual students who are struggling and work out what it is they're struggling with. At the lower end of school, the typical ones are small calculations. So I have worksheets on all of these. If I go back to the Authentic Maths site, let's just do that again. Back to the top in the Rebecca the Maths Lady, there's the worksheets section as well. And if you just scroll down, addition 1 to 10, addition 1 to 20, and I'm just about to show you this fast addition and subtraction worksheet, which is pretty crucial. And they just link you into the Facebook links. If you're not on Facebook, you can go to TESS or TPT and it explains, the links to those sites are there and you'll be able to find all the worksheets for free download. Let's just come back to me here. So the key here is by the end of the year, you know your students. You know if there's a chance that they're going to do any work over the summer. You know if the parents are interested and motivated and care. So any interventions that you try to do over the summer, it's really difficult for me to advise you because you know all that complex reality of what's possible. But here are some general suggestions. If you've got children who are really struggling, with these worksheets, these are calculations within 10 and reminding them to use their fingers. And if you go to the bottom here, there's a click here link through to Jeff Kutcher's site, and you can download his worksheet, which is the same worksheet. Open it in Adobe Acrobat Reader, which is free download, and then it will generate as many of these as you like, with or without answers. So you could print 20 of these and set them. If that child has someone who cares about them and they're working just at this level and this is what they need to practice to move on over the summer, then you can print 20 variations on the same worksheet. And that's a really good summer intervention for a child who's struggling. It doesn't have to be this worksheet. They pretty much all work in this way. That's the calculations within 20. And the crucial one that I want to remind you of for the children aged 7 to 11 is this work on sneaky shortcuts, which some children have got, which is why they fly, and some children haven't, which is why they are struggling with the harder calculations. So this is in England, children who are at the end of years 2 to year 5. If they're doing calculations like these or like these, are they counting on or back one at a time? If they are, they haven't got the sneaky shortcuts and they need the sneaky shortcuts. They need to be doing these calculations in 2 steps, partitioning the smaller number each time. And we usually teach them to use counting beads so they can really visually see what's going on there with the color change. So if you've got a child who is still counting on or back one at a time and has not got those sneaky shortcuts, these are the worksheets for you. You could print an addition and subtraction one, double-sided. You could print 20 of those, send them home with some counting beads. If they've got a parent, carer, older sister, aunt, uncle, grandparent, anyone who cares about them, who's up for working through that this summer, they will come back with a math skill they didn't leave with, which will with really well established, which will really help them next year. Final thing, if you have got children who are struggling, you've got a duty of care to manage their transition. You need to try and diagnose as much as you can. And I've repeatedly mentioned the Assessing Motor Sensory Integration, this book here, and if you look on my videos, at the end of the age 4 to 5 videos, there's a video on motor sensory integration which explains all this. So that's one of the things you need to be assessing alongside their maths, because it's often the cause of the problems. And you need to pass all that information on to the next teacher and on to their parents and carers, so they've got the best information they can have. That's pretty much it. I hope you have a lovely summer. I'll still be back next few weeks because I'm going to experiment with technology and see what I can do. I hope this has worked, fingers crossed. Otherwise, I'll have to do it late on the usual streaming. Take care. Have a good weekend, at least for now. Bye bye.